And right around that time, that's when Purple Rain, the movie, was coming together. Right?
Yeah.
So I guess the whole movie, the way you described it in your book, was born and bred and shot in chaos.
Pretty much.
Explain that.
Well, first of all, we're just doing business as usual, recording songs and doing shows, and all of a sudden we're on a break, and Prince comes up and he's like, "We're going to do a movie." Okay. I'd never done a movie before, so he next thing you know, he's got us going to doing stupid shit in my book, like going to dance classes and going to acting lessons and all of this stuff, and it still didn't seem like it was going to be a reality necessarily because we were just doing all this stuff, but then it started to come together, then all of a sudden a director comes to town and the script shows up and it's starting to look like we're really going to do this, and so to me, people ask me, did I know? I'm like, that was one of the most honest or innocent efforts because we didn't, in my opinion, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just, the director showed us the script. He sat me and Jerome down and line for line, we went through the script and he said, okay, this is what the script says. What would you guys say? And so we basically rewrote all of our parts and next thing you know, we're shooting a movie.
And Apollonia played the love interest. Mm-hmm. Ooh, she was bad.
Yeah, she was she was a vanity replacement is what happened, because all the way up until basically we shot the movie, it was supposed to be Vanity. Her and Prince had a falling out at the last minute, and the next thing I know, here comes Apollonia out of nowhere. I'd never heard of her before, never seen her before, but just right prior to us shooting the movie, here she comes.
Very similar look too to
Very similar.
Vanity.
I think he was going for the same thing there,
Well, him and Vanity, were they dating?
Oh yeah.
He was hitting everything. Huh?
Yeah, you couldn't be in Prince's. You couldn't be in his movie or on his record without,
Okay. Now, you actually played the villain in Purple Rain. You were the one trying to get Apollonia and, and you kind of had a beef with Prince throughout the film. And I guess that's actually based on the reality of you guys touring together.
As it turns out, yeah, we had an element of that, because I'm competitive. Prince is a super competitive individual. So, we were always cool until, we started touring. And once he realized that he had created this Frankenstein monster, we started kicking his ass on stage. And then, that's when the tension came in. As far as in the movie and in real life really happened on stage. I mean, we weren't that competitive off stage, but as far as performing was, we were. So I think that the movie hits on that a little bit. But I had to live with, everybody thought that was so real. So everybody, especially a lot of girls come up, you're so mean to Prince in the movie. I'm like, it was a damn movie.
Well, the Jungle Love music video was actually from the movie.
Yeah.
Which was pretty dope. It was like you got to see the music video. Did it come out before the movie?
I think it came out, no, it came out during.
Right. Because I remember, being in school at the time and you're watching MTV and you watch the music video and you haven't seen the movie yet, but you're hyped up to see the movie because the music video is basically the movie.
Exactly.
Between the live performance and all the cut scenes, it's like you get to really see what the movie's about in that music video. And it was also a smash on top of that. And I guess the film cost $7 million to make.
See, I never knew that.
And it made $70 million at the box office.
Yeah, I just know that because shortly after the movie, we did what do you call them? We did I forget what you call them, but we did the we shot some scenes in downtown LA because we were basically done with the movie and we just had some fill-in shots to do. So that was it for me. I got to LA and, you know, like I told you, my mom had me in Minneapolis for 20 years. I said, so this is it. I'm in LA. I'm staying. So I was basically out of the band. I was out of the camp. And on People magazine, I saw him, you know, it said that Prince made 17.5 million that year. You know, and that was partly off of Purple Rain. And, you know, I told him about it because I made 50 grand and that was it. And I had to use that 50 grand to pay my band weekly. This dude was shrewd. But so I told him, I said, yeah, I see you made, you know, 17.5 mil last year. And he said, yeah, he said, that's a little bit of an understatement, but yeah.
Well, I mean, the story goes that Prince actually had to use his own money to underwrite the budget because the studio wasn't really feeling it initially, and he had to, you know, basically use his own money to get this thing going. Yeah. And the movie made $70 million at the box office, then went on to do better, even after that. Now, what was interesting was that even though the songs Jungle Love and The Bird were in the movie, they were not on the soundtrack. And the soundtrack sold 25 million copies.
Again, he knew what he was doing. He's like, I'm not sharing the movie money with you. So he said, I'm going to take your songs from the movie and put them on your own record, and I will have the soundtrack out.
Were you pissed off about that?
I questioned it. I can't say I was pissed off, but I did question it. I was like, you know, okay, because everything was so strategic with this dude. You know, he just always thinking. So, you know, I knew that it was somehow cutting me out of something. You know?
Well, those songs ended up on Ice Cream Castles.
Yeah.
And that went double platinum.
Yeah.
So you couldn't be that mad.
Nah, I wasn't too mad about it, you know.